Isn't it rich? Are we a pair? Me here at last on the ground, and you in midair. Send in the clowns. Isn't it bliss?
Isn't it real? Isn't it? I have to tell you, this is one of the favorite songs out there. And actually, after hearing our last speaker, oh, is this so appropriate? I mean, can you imagine the clowns that did this Iranian deal and the trouble we're in? I mean, if I were somebody listening to this show, I'd be down there listening to his seminar, because this guy's as knowledgeable as we're going to find. And you heard him. He absolutely stated Barack Obama is a Muslim.
Sunni Muslim at that.
Sunni Muslim, right. I mean, and how do you like John Kerry, right? Isn't that great that these two people were really the architects of this Iranian deal, which we sold our soul and gave them $150 billion? Isn't the end near? Eve of destruction, tax deduction, and the band played on. Terrible, just terrible. But that should be a great seminar, though. Yeah. Absolutely outstanding.
Send in the clowns. And once again, it is free. November the 30th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Docks Street side. It's on the second story level. They always have people there who will guide you up. Once again, it's being sponsored by Act for America, the Orlando branch. And if you want to visit Usama's website, it is thestraightway.org. You just spell all that out, thestraightway.org. Just a couple more things here in terms of the situation over there in the Middle East. As we were saying earlier, Donald Trump keeps, his solutions, his names just keep sort of popping up. It was revealed last week that the Pentagon is going after the oil over there, trying to cut off the oil shipments because it is such a huge problem. They are figuring somewhere around $40 to $50 million a month. ISIS is taking in.
Yeah, Chris, what they're also doing is, they're bombing the trucks. They bombed supposedly about 125 trucks the other day. But what really...
Out of a fleet of about 1,000,
yeah, but
they
what
think.
irks me no end, they have not bombed these trucks until the other day because Obama said, well, they have innocent people driving the truck. I mean, can you imagine this? I mean, this brings in like $10 million a day or whatever, and he thinks by saving 5 or 6 or, whatever amount that's driving the trucks, do you know the money that they generate selling this at the ports, and it's going to primarily Turkey, and they're charging $25 a barrel.
And you know what?
This idiot, he holds back. And all this money is being used to kill tens of thousands of people. And Obama goes, well, that's why, that statement this gentleman just made.
That's kind of like saying the smuggler who flies the plane carrying the cocaine, well, he's innocent. It wasn't his cocaine. He was just flying the airplane, for God's sake, right? He was this contractor. And, oh, by the way, they dropped leaflets on the trucks about 2 hours before they dropped the bombs, announcing that they would be dropping bombs, so you better get out of the way.
And then the other thing...
This is the nonsense.
This is just baloney.
There are no innocent people in war. And especially if they're driving trucks that provides aid and comfort to the enemy.
Kill more and more people.
I mean, when we were blowing up trains in World War II, did we not blow up the locomotive because, they were just driving the train?
Did we not bomb
insanity.
The dining room, or just leave the dining room car alone?
And by the way, the solution that Trump proposed in terms of going after the oil, even though he's been made great deal of fun has been made of him about it, including by Michael Medved, when Trump said, what we'll do is we'll take the oil wells back and we'll take the oil. We'll keep the oil. And Mike Medved says, where are you going to put it? What are you going to do with it? Where are you going to put it? You put it on the market, you sell it, and you take the money. Right. You darn idiot. I mean, I'm sorry to I apologize to all you Michael Medved fans out there, but sometimes he just does spew pure idiocy, especially when he gets wrapped up in his tirades.
Because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Against Trump. Trump's solution is the best. You have to go to the oil wells, because once it gets up out of the ground and into a truck or something, that's when you begin to lose track of it. You have to take over the oil wells. And that what they're doing now is, I called it Middle Eastern moonshiners. Tell them what I'm talking about.
No, what they've done is, which, is a credit to them. I mean, how advanced they are.
Very resourceful.
They have mobile refineries. So, in other words, it's not like just coming in and whacking 4 or 5 refineries. They have these mobile refineries that are moving around, and we got to locate where they are. So now here's the trucks, here's the refineries, the boats are waiting for them, and they already have their buyers for about $25 a barrel.
Right.
That's a very sophisticated operation which we will knock out, I hope.
And believe it or not, distilling gasoline from oil is much like distilling liquor from mash.
You would know that, I'll tell you.
You boil it in a still, and then it basically condenses into the product that you want. That's why they call it cracking it. They call it cracking the product in the refineries here in the country, because evidently it makes a cracking sound sometimes when you do it. And the crack spread is used in financial markets to determine the amount of profitability, if you will, with the refineries.
And you saw that the other day.
Their profit margin.
Iraq is shipping theirs to our refineries.
Over here.
Our refineries are now doing it for...
because they basically don't have any refineries over there.
There's nothing left.
But now they have come up with their own. And so this is, once again, why Trump's solution is the best. You go to the source. You take the oil wells away from these jokers, and you take the oil and sell it on the market and to pay for the operation. It's genius, and now we're beginning to move in that direction.
The one thing that threw me off too, though, that they reported today out of these bombings the last couple of days, they said, well, they killed 33 of our enemy. 33, that's it? When you drop millions and millions of dollars worth of bombs, that's why I'm afraid you got to have boots on the ground. This is great. It knocks out their buildings, knocks out their supply capability, but you're still got to get rid of the mice, or the rats in this case.
Right.
And 33, not good. You got to be doing a lot better than that.
And Trump also said they should be going after the banking. Somewhere that money is being transferred around.
Right.
That's right. And we can do that without too much effort, to be honest with you. All right, I want to finish off tonight with a story I'm going to call Nothing to Cheer About.
I'm getting depressed already.
Yeah, it's about a cheerleader. As a matter of fact, it's about the head cheerleader at a Massachusetts high school who has now been banned from cheering for the rest of the school year because of something that she tweeted. Kaylee Gordino, a senior at Revere High School in Revere, Massachusetts, was asked to watch the political debates leading up to the presidential election. Her teacher tweeted a comment about the low voter turnout for November's mayoral race, which prompted Kaylee to post a controversial tweet which went like this: when only 10% of Revere votes for mayor, because the other 90% isn't legal. So they are basically making an example out of her. The superintendent said if she understands that if she's going to stand up and I'm quoting now, if you're going to stand up and say something that other people will find offensive, then you need to be prepared to deal with the ramifications of that. That's Superintendent Diane Kelly. In other words, they are teaching this high school student and all the rest of them that if you exercise your free speech right, you should expect to be punished, because somebody is going to surely take offense to it.
The